whether the weather's coming in or just what. But it doesn't stop us from being on the air. It just kind of stops us from doing the live stream. And one thing I wanted to say there, back in 2015 on the Christmas train, it probably would have been over my old call, which was Whiskey 9. RWB. Now, we got tired of answering questions, why do you have a 9 call in a 0 call area? So a couple, 3-4 years ago, we were able to change the call to a 0 call. So it went to Whiskey 9 to Kilo 0, but we're able to keep the red, white, and blue, Bob. So that's a long story short of, of the contact back in 2015 there, Roger.
When I get my computer up, I'll look at it. Let me see. I might. I usually what I do, I print them out after I finish up the 50 contacts in each sheet, and I think I'm on some page. I forget what page now. Page 300 or something. So anyhow. Let me look here real quick here. See if 2015. I don't think you were using your W9. You were using your W9 call then, I think, Randy. Is that correct?
Yeah, we had the W9 call up until I think 2017. I think 2018, somewhere around that time frame, is when we switched over to the K0 call. But my logger, we've transferred computers and so forth, is still logging the contact, of course, but it shows 20 meters. So now we've got another contact on a different band as well. So we're on our way there, Roger.
Yeah, I just found it in Bay City. I expect you're still living there. And it was the Christmas train. Contact there. So surprising. I hope that you're in good health and have been through all this COVID and we're getting back to normal now. So I hope that you're doing good there, Randy.
Yeah, we've come through fairly unscathed. Myself and the YL, of course, we're retired. She works from home. We live in the country, and we're fortunate. We go into town about every 2 weeks or so to pick up a few food items. Otherwise, we're out here in the fresh, wild open, and we don't really have any visitors per se. So we're fortunate that this last year and a half or so we were relatively unaffected, and I'd like to think that we've kind of crossed over on the downhill slide. I know there's still work to be done, but I think considering where we were a few months ago, I'd like to think that things are moving ahead. I know a lot of businesses are starting to relax a little bit on some of their guidelines and so forth, and glad to see that people can get out again and do what they enjoy most. So, Bob, it's always a pleasure. Nice to hear you again. We try to do this in the evenings about 7 o'clock Central here on 40 meters. We don't have a particular band or frequency on the band, excuse me, but we do try to do this evening. So if you hear us again, by all means, give us a call back. Sounds really good in my receive, by the way. So we got a nice little connection so far into Pennsylvania. First contact tonight. You and yours be safe and be well. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Look for us again, and we will be happy to pick you up when we hear you. Kilo 5, Echo Delta Papa, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Bob. Thanks again, 7 3s.
Randy, the call is Kilowatt 3. So somehow you've got 5 in there, but anyhow, it's K3EDP, and surprising enough, May of this year, I hope to talk to you sooner than 6 years. Maybe we'll catch you on 40 again. Generally, we're on 40. K0RWB, K3EDP. Good evening, and 73.
Yeah, okay, Bob. My apologies with the call. I've got it typed in wrong. I just happened to say it wrong. Always seems to be a disconnect. Kilo 3, Echo Delta Papa, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, and we'll look for you again. K0RWB will be cleared. QRZ, any other stations, come with the call, please.
Kilowatt
Kilowatt Alpha 9, Victor Tango Lima.
Okay, the Victor, was it Victor Alpha Lima station again, please?
Yeah, the call is Kilowatt Alpha 9, Victor Tango Lima. And we're located up here in Elkhart, Indiana. And the name is Dennis, Delta Echo November, November India Sierra.
Yeah, Dennis, sorry about that. Either the keyboard or the logger froze, and I was trying to type it into a blank screen, and it didn't show up, so I wanted to make sure I got it in there. Yeah, well, it looks like we had a contact back on the 14th of May. Nice to hear you again this evening. Also, looked like it was on 40 meters as well, so again, boy, the band really sounds good tonight. I hope it stays that way. And, nice to hear that we've got Indiana in there as well there. Go ahead.
On the bench and just so easy to drive. It only takes like 20 watts to drive to get 700 out of it, so it's very, very enjoyable there. So back around you, Randy. W0RWB from KA9VTL.
Yeah, okay, Dennis. I kind of stepped on you there in the beginning. My apologies. You've got your signals anywhere from 10 over to almost 20 over, the way the band is. There's not a long distance between us, of course, from Elkhart into the Kansas City area, but it is what it is. It's showing, well, I've got it set for kilometers, 748 kilometers. I'll have to reset that back to miles, but no, it sounds very good in my receive. Been fortunate so far. All the stations that have called in have been, the signals have been relatively strong and great audios as well, which makes it a lot of fun out here, Roger.
Oh, yeah, I think you're running that time almost 20 over 9. So, great pipeline right now. Can't complain there. It's just enjoying running this amp. This is, it was kind of a fiasco. The first one I got after waiting almost 6 weeks for it, it was DOA. The processor had a glitch, and so since it's called DX Engineering, sent it back. Well, about another 6 weeks wait, and finally got another batch of them in from Bulgaria, the factory. And so it's this one, it's playing beautifully. Well worth the wait, I think. And after having a old tube-type amp sitting here making lots and lots of noise, this is so enjoyable and so quiet operating. It's just unreal. Quite a pretty well-constructed amplifier, too. They're pretty impressive. Band conditions, you're wiping out the static crashes. So no problem there. It's a great night there. Back around you there, Randy.
Well, I'm glad to see the band is helping us out. I'd like to say that give all the credit to the antenna, but a dipole is nothing real special. They do tend to work. Of course, the bands have to be working as well. I think we've got the combination of there. The support items, the radio, microphone, and so forth, will help a little bit, but we'd like to make sure the antenna is doing most of the work, and I like to think it is. It's even though it's only about 38 foot in the air. It seems to be a good height, at least at my QTH. It seems to work pretty well, and we've got good reports with it. We've always thought about moving it up higher, but I'm not going to mess with it because it works. I have a feeling as soon as I move it up or do something different, it'll start to go the other direction. So we're just going to leave well enough alone and just hope for the best. But very, very encouraging the last couple of days. That 40 meters has kind of come back around. I know there was a little spell a week or so ago. It was getting pretty gnarly, at least on my end. But last night was a terrific night. Lots of contacts, great signals, and so far tonight the same way. So I have no doubt that as the evening wears on, that I think the band will get a little better as well. But again, so far you are definitely the strongest signal I receive.
Oh wow! Yeah, we have a pipeline. This band has been kind of weird, and there's times I turn the rig on and the old ICOM just I get running a 7300 for the exciter, and it just you have to dig to hear anybody, and so it's like And some of the calls I recognize, I've worked, and I know they're running legal limit, and I thought, this station, we're running about the equivalent on antennas. The dipole is somewhere between, one end of it's probably a little over 40 feet, and the other end of it's probably about 35 feet or so, or maybe 30 feet. Hard to tell. I haven't climbed a tree with a tape measure yet. But, yeah, it's we're about the equivalent dipole. And other than the amp running, it's like, that's it. So far, she hasn't got over 50 degrees centigrade on operating temperature for the PA section, so can't complain. And as I said, the ICOM 7300 is the exciter. Believe it or not, it only takes 20 watts drive to get 700 out of this thing. Very efficient, very, very efficient amp. And so it's like, the more I run it, I've been studying the manual, going over that. This thing is quite well worth the wait, all the aggravation and everything else. So, but yeah, I've thought about putting up a vertical this year, like an 80 through 10 meter out in the middle of the backyard, just to cover all bands. But I'm pretty much a 40 meter advocate. I love 40 meters. When it's open, you can work the world. I worked as much DX on 40, I think, as I have done on 20 or 17. But 17 is another favorite band, and hoping to, one of these days, C15 open up again. That offers some very, very good long-haul contacts there. So, back Randy, you see we're still holding like a pipeline here. W0RWB K9VTL.
Yeah, I think it's still in pretty good shape. Again, we had a prior contact out in Philadelphia, so we're getting to the East Coast, and we always seem to have good contacts here in the middle part of the U.S. here, Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana, Illinois. We do get in Arkansas a little bit here and there, Oklahoma same way, some in Kansas. Do Colorado quite well here the last month or so. Lots of new contacts out there, lots of new friends as well. So again, it's been really good so far. The more contacts, and the information that's being relayed, again, people just have worlds of knowledge, a lot more than me, of course, when it comes to either antenna theory or radios, amplifiers, and they're willing to share that. Which makes it, really enjoyable, and I think other people that are listening probably get some from it as well, Dennis. And again, while this is going on the live stream, of course, it's recording, and it's always nice to be able to go back and pick up little pieces of information that was, being recorded at that time. Makes it fun as well. So we've got a little bit more time this evening, Dennis. We'll see if we can maybe see if there's any other stations out there, and if you'd like to stop in. But very nice to hear this night. Again, terrific signal and audio as well. We run in our backup rig here, 7300 as well, with the Heil ICM microphone. Seems to pair up really nice. We've had lots of good luck with it here in the shack, and we ran it portable last weekend over the holidays, and had a lot of fun with that. You and yours be safe and be well, Dennis. Thank you so much for taking the time to stop in and say hi. Hope you'll do it again real soon, and we look forward to it. Kilo Alpha 9, Victor Tango Lima, a Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Dennis. 7 3s.
Okay, 73, Randy. Enjoyed it, and we'll